Okay, so I have my stacked cuts for the masks that I'm making. They're 8 inches, excuse me, 8 inches by 16 inches. And what I'm going to do is start by putting the first seam in on the short side. And I'm going to go and do several of these at a time. I'm going to do this assembly line style. And I'm not going to cut my thread. I'm just going to grab the next one and put in the next seam. And you can tell I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not measuring or worrying about if they're all the same size, how big they are. I'm just doing about a, about a 1/2 inch seam in there and sewing it down. And by not cutting between these, I'm saving a little bit of thread and I'm able to move much faster. So I'll finish this one. And then I can cut my chain apart. And once I have these all cut, I can flip it and do the other side. And so the other side, I'm going to go and I'm going to put a piece of floral wire. So here's the finished edge, and now I'm going to go to the other edge. And I cut these about 3 inches long. And I'm going to just fold it inside this hem. And I can feel with my fingers, I'm going to try to center it in there. And I can feel with my fingers where the edges are. So I'm going to sew down and stop where this edge is and put my needle down and pivot, and then backstitch a couple times, and then keep sewing across. And you can see here's my wire. Now that I sewed across that backstitch there, the end is bumping into it, which is what we want. We don't want that wire to slide back and forth in there. So the wire is pushed right up tight against the fold here, and then I'm going to sew right next to it. And again, it does not have to be perfect, and I can feel the edge of it right here. I'm going to sew to that point, put my needle down again, and backstitch back and forth a couple times across there, and then finish sewing all the way to the end. And I'm going to keep doing that in a chain the way I did the rest of these. But for the next step, what we're going to do is take this now and just fold it right in half. And I will trim all my loose threads at the end when I'm done. But right now I'm making this so that there is a pocket. We don't want to sew this straight across, so I'm going to sew it to about 1/3 of the way across. Backstitch, pick up my needle, and drag it, and then put the needle down again, backstitch a little bit, and sew off the edge of the fabric. So now you can see I have a pocket that I've created so that if somebody wearing the mask has access to a filter, they can put that filtration material right in there. So now what we're going to do is just finger press in 3 folds, 3 pleats, and I just again eyeball this. It's not perfect. You don't have to worry about them all being the same size, but I just pinch it and fold it over, kind of finger press it down, then grab the next row, pinch it, fold it down, finger press it, and the last one, same thing, fold it down and finger press it. So here's my mask. Now I have to put the ties on, and I've cut some twill tape here, and what I have is marking the center point. I just fold it in half and it makes a crease, and I can see the crease. If you can't see the crease when you're sewing, you can take a marker and just kind of make a little mark there. And so what I'm going to do is fold the end in so there's no raw edge, and fold it in half. And I'm going to start sewing down, backstitch there, sewing down the length of it, and paying attention to where my halfway point is. on it shortly, so I will stop about 5 inches or so from that halfway point. Grab my mask, tuck my folds back in there, and then I'm just going to sandwich this, the center of the mask at my center point, and I'm going to sandwich this in half and make sure my twill tape top and bottom are lined up. And then I can just keep on sewing and enclose those raw edges of the mask. And I will go all the way down to the end here. And you'll notice I am not trying to sew this perfectly. I'm not trying to do a perfectly straight edge. I'm just trying to get the job done. So do not, oops, looks like I ran out of bobbin thread. But you can see how this works. So once you get all of those done, you'll go back and we'll do the other side. And then you will have a completed mask. Get this switched out here. Take my other side of the twill tape, again marking the center, and creasing it so I can see it later. Fold that raw edge in, and then fold this right in half. Back tack there. And I'm coming up on my crease here, so I'll stop just short of that. Put my mask, center it right in there. I'm using a zipper foot because it lets me see when my needle placement a little bit better, and I'm not paying attention to my seam allowance guide there. It does not matter for this project. Yourself a face mask that they can, has the wire in it to bend around the nose shape, and then put in a filter if you want to, and with the all cotton fabric they can wash it and sterilize it, and it's ready to go.